extra English practice.
Hey everyone, welcome back to EAP. Today we're going to do some listening practice.
So Misha and I are going to have a little conversation, and every now and then the video will stop and there'll be some questions that you can use to check your comprehension.
Hey Larissa,
Hey!
what's your favorite kind of weather? Do you like hot weather or cold weather?
Oh, neither.
Oh.
My favorite weather is in-between weather. I live in Canada and we have 4 seasons. Summer is hot, winter is cold, and fall and spring are kind of in between.
Yeah, that's right.
Warm or cool or a mix of hot and cold, and I really love kind of that in between. How about you?
I like warm weather, really. I like the cold weather for about a month, but we have the cold weather over here for about 6 months, and it's too much. So I really like the summer, or even those days that are almost hot but not quite.
What do you do on the really hot days?
What do? I don't know. I ride my bike around. My family and I go camping a lot, so we spend a lot of time, swimming in lakes and just relaxing under the trees. Have you ever lived a place where the weather was really one extreme or the other?
Yes, I lived in Qatar for 5 years, and they say they have summer and winter, but really it's summer and extreme summer, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And so to be fair, there were some times that were really quite cool, like temperatures in the 20s, 20 degrees Celsius or so,
Yeah.
which is beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
that sounds nice.
And that was my favorite time of year. How about you?
Yeah, I used to live in Laos, and it was really hot, probably similar. They also had a cool season and a rainy season. But the cool season, sometimes actually the cool season got quite low, maybe 10 degrees Celsius. And there's no indoor heat like we have here, so you really feel it more. But the hot season was so hot all the time. I would go outside and I would feel like even my eyeballs were sweating. It was just so hot.
Wow.
Yeah. The rainy season was all right. It was also really hot. And then for maybe an hour it would just pour, and I had a giant poncho, which just made me even hotter.
Hot and wet.
Yeah, hot and wet, exactly.
Sticky.
Yeah. Did you like living in Qatar with that weather?
I did. One of the things that I realized is that I really, really love my 4 seasons. So having grown up in Canada and experiencing 4 seasons, I missed them a lot when I lived there. And partly because I love the changes and that nothing lasts really more than 6 months.
It's true. It's true.
But also because it marks time.
Yeah, I feel the same way, because when I lived in Laos, it just felt like the year never progressed because it was so hot. And my brother's birthday is it's in July. So normally once it starts getting hot, this would be my brother's birthday. But because it had been hot for months already, I totally forgot.
It was always his birthday.
It was just always his birthday. So a week after his birthday, I realized I'd missed it. And I texted him, and he, to this day, doesn't let me forget it. He always brings it up. Poor guy.
So I have another interesting story about seasons. I also lived for 6 months in Chile, South America. And South America is in the southern hemisphere, and Canada's in the northern hemisphere, and so our seasons are opposite.
Yeah.
And so I left when it was our spring, and I had finished fall and winter, and then I moved to Chile, and I arrived in fall, and I was there for winter, and then I came back for our fall and our winter. So for a year and a half, I only had the cold season.
Only the cold. That's awful.
I felt like I really planned that poorly.
Yeah, I would say.
But to be honest, I lived in the desert in Chile, and the winter was fantastic. It was phenomenal there. So it was kind of like I had fall, winter in Canada, and then fall and back to winter here.
That's nice. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it was okay.
When I moved home from Laos, it was the end of December, and I'd been used to this really hot weather. It had been getting cooler, but it was still quite warm. And on my way home, I had to stop at a few different airports, and every time I stopped, there was an email from my mom telling me how awfully cold it was, because it was a year we had an ice storm. So there was this huge ice storm happening as I was on my way home. They ended up calling that season, it had a polar vortex. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
It was really cold.
But you don't want to be on a plane seeing, okay, -20, okay, -30, okay, they just shut down there.
Yeah. My mom saying, everything is covered in ice, and I'm flying on an airplane thinking, oh my gosh.
You were safe?
I was safe. It was fine. But it was a real shock to the system.
When you left the airport, what did you think?
I thought, why did I ever come back?
It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, nice talking to you too. See you later.
Yeah.
Extra English practice.
Thanks for watching.